difficulties. So I'm back. Good evening. My name is Iona SAVU, and I'm the official representative of Hotelschool The Hague, which is a hospitality business university in the Netherlands. And in the upcoming 30 to 40 minutes, I will tell you everything you would like to know about it. Yeah, let's see. First off, my name is Ioana. I'm Romanian. I'm an alumna of Hotelschool The Hague myself. I've studied at the university from 2014 and 2018. So I will share with you what our product is, what we do, what our education is, but also some of my experiences while I was a student there. A little bit about Hotelschool The Hague.
Sorry for interrupting. Can you make your presentation full screen, please?
It is full screen. I'm.
Yeah, it is now. Thank you.
You see now? Sorry.
Okay.
Even after all this time, technology beats us.
Don't worry. Thanks.
Now that hopefully you can all see it, about Hotelschool The Hague. So as I was saying, Hotelschool The Hague has been founded in 1929. So it is the second oldest hospitality management school in the world after Lausanne. We have two wonderful campuses. So the first one was open in The Hague, as the name actually states, in 1929. And the second one, our Amsterdam campus, has been open in 2014. So it's recent. It's more new. The education is the same. The curriculum is the same in both campuses. It is just that we wanted to be present in both big cities within the Netherlands. We are an independent, specialized, and international hotel school. We welcome around 2,700 students from over 75 nationalities, combined in both campuses and throughout the 4-year curriculum. As you can see, this is some pictures, some glimpses of the new campus in The Hague, because as I said, it's been since 29. It was old. It was redone a little bit in the 80s, and it was long overdue, for us to have a campus that really resonates and shows more of what our curriculum was, what our innovation is. We want to, to the outside to match the inside. So this year, we finally finished the summer. We finally finished the renovations, and now as of August 2021, we've welcomed the students on this new campus. I have here actually a small video.
What the new campus means to students? A lot. Of course, everyone likes to study in a place that's new and clean. But most importantly, the new campus gives the feeling that you're in the right place at the right time.
Sorry for interrupting again, Iona, but we cannot see the video right now. You need to make it full screen. Okay,
no.
Your presentation is not showing right now.
No. Can you see it now?
No. Can you close the sharing and try to open it again?
Let's try. Let me do this again.
First the entire screen. Blue button, share screen.
Yeah, it doesn't. There we go.
Very good.
See now?
Yes.
Should I? Well, for the video, I'll leave it. It's on our. It's actually, I think it's on our page, and it's on our YouTube page as well, but also on the stand. So for whoever wants to see the new, the innovation that we've done on the campus, you're more than welcome to see it there. So I'll just continue on with a little bit more information about about us. So we are a small-scale education, like I said. We have the two campuses, but what we pride ourselves on is the fact that we really take care of our students and make them interact in a smaller scale education. This means that we have around 250 students per campus in a year. Our education is 100% in English. And we have a combination of theory, practice, and research. Hence why we mix the academic with the practical knowledge in the outlets that we have. But I will explain a little better on how that blends into the curriculum. We have been ranked, and we still are, maintained even for this year, our status of the best hotel school within the Netherlands. And we have been ranked number 5 worldwide for the hospitality management degree. And this is something that drives our community and also our alumni platform as well. As I repeat, I don't know if some of you might be familiar with the educational system within the Netherlands or not, but within the Netherlands, there's two types of universities. There's University of Applied Science, which Hotelschool The Hague is, and there's University of Research. The difference between these is that in the University of Applied Science is an 80% academic curriculum and a 20% educational curriculum, whereas the Research University, obviously, it's 100% academic. We are the first. So we do this combination of practical academic and also some research within the last parts of our curriculum. And this really puts an emphasis on helping students develop their soft skills and also discuss them openly and reflect on them afterwards. A little bit about our bachelor program. So we at Hotel School, we only offer one bachelor, which is a Bachelor in Hospitality Management and Business Administration, and it is a 4-year bachelor. And this is a little bit about how it's broken down, let's say, where I'm going to walk you through every step to get a little bit more understanding of the courses that we teach and how our curriculum works. So the first year at Hotelschool The Hague, it's called, we also call it a Scotel experience because it's a little bit different, a little bit special. So within the first year at Hotelschool, students are actually spend their first year in the Scotel. The Scotel is our campus that offers accommodation for the students. So whether if you choose The Hague or Amsterdam, both campuses, I said, have the same curriculum, but in both campuses, we have rooms for the first students. So we have 2 intakes. Students can either start in August or in February. And if there's 150 students per campus that get accepted in August and 100 that get accepted in February. And as you come to Hotel School, you will be housed in your Scotel. So you will be sharing your room for a year with another student. In The Hague, you'll also be sharing your floor with 2 other students in your unit. So you live and share your space with other students. You learn together, you work together in the same environment on campus. You even have these weekly cleaning checks where the instructors come to check because we like to treat you like a hotel, so give you the responsibility of managing your own spaces. So you will have accommodation included in the first year curriculum. Part of that as well is also the fact that in the first year you will do your practical education. So part of the curriculum, we have 20 hotel rooms in every campus. Each hotel room is furnished by a big hotel chain. So we have the Marriott, the Hilton, and in those rooms, in those outlets, the hotel that we have, which is open for outside guests, our students take care of it. So our students run the reception, our students run the housekeeping department, the restaurants that we have on campus. We have a fine dining restaurant. We have the cafeteria. So our students, the first year students supervised by the second year students. And also, obviously, we have our instructors and our hired staff that overlooked and teach the students within the outlets. So within the first year education, you will have 10 weeks out of the 40 weeks in the curriculum when we will go through rotation in each one of these outlets, which is an engaging activity for the students to get to know how the operations in the hospitality industry work. Additionally to that, they have courses about teaching them about the operations, about discussing the way they work with team workers, with their team in the outlet, the way they interact with their supervisors, and really discovering those communication channels and how can they become better within the outlets. So I've said that that is part of the first year curriculum. Also in the first year, another interesting course is that you will learn languages. So you will dive deeper into having courses around business English, but also having a second language, which you get a choice between Spanish, French, or German that you can deepen before going back to before leaving for your first internship. Other courses that you have in the first year are also marketing fundamental courses, finance fundamental courses, data analysis and research courses, You also develop a little bit more around your leadership skills and your communication skills, like I've said before, within the outlets. So this is a little bit of your first year wrapped in one. To summarize, you arrive on campus, you have to live on this hotel, share a room with another student, share your unit or the floor with other students, international students, and also Dutch, so national students. And you get to work in the outlets that we have, gain a little bit of more experience, also develop on your business fundamentals that are being taught in the context of hospitality. And all that to prepare you for your practical placement. So your practical placement, it's for a duration of 6 months. We have a placement office that helps you find the perfect placement for you. Obviously, there's the company that we've worked for the longest time, so we have connections everywhere, have alumni everywhere. So the first placement needs to be 6 months, and it needs to be in a 5-star or a 4-star hotel. That is the only requirement. But everywhere it can be, it needs to be in an operational department. So it'll either be in front office department, or it's going to be in the food and beverage department. I personally did my first internship in London because my friends were there and my sister was studying there. So I just wanted to also live in the city for 6 months. And what was important for me was that I do a really high-end luxury, get to experience a luxury hospitality hotel. So I did my internship at the Savoy, which is it was the first luxury hotel in London. So it has a lot of history. It was the first with running water, the first hotel with an elevator. Everyone who's someone, all the presidents or the famous people stayed there. So I really wanted to experience that. So I was for 6 months, part of the events department. I was in charge, together with my team, of running weddings, galas, ballroom events, small private events. I used to serve, I always say that I is the poshest hospitality. I used to serve with white gloves and double knots. And throughout the 6 months, I got to know the structure of a hotel, how it works, its departments. I got to understand different types of management. For example, I had 9 different managers. So it really taught me a lot about the industry, and it taught me a lot about myself. So after those 6 months of the internship, wherever it is that you want to go in the world, Hotelschool will help you find that internship. I've had friends who wanted to go to, Bangkok because they wanted to experience the Asian hospitality, or I have friends that decided to go to Hawaii because they wanted to be in a warmer climate and a more settled down, slower paced environment. So the choice is up to you. But after those 6 months, you return back to Hotelschool. So you come back on campus, whether it is The Hague, whether it is Amsterdam. Now you don't have accommodation anymore, so you will have to find housing on your own. But what always happens is that you're part of the Hotelschool community. Like I said, we're a small number of students, so it's a really tight community. So you will move in with fellow friends. You will take over apartments from other fellow students. And Hotelschool does help you to some extent, connect with agencies, connect with places that can help you find accommodation. And as of the second year, when you're back on campus, this is when your courses will start getting a little bit more businessy, how I like to call it. So if in the first year we taught you a bit more about hospitality and the fundamentals of hospitality, now we teach you a more business concepts and frameworks, but in the context of hospitality. So, for example, revenue management, as you can see here, is one of the courses that we have at Hotelschool, and it is all about learning how to optimize revenue, learning how to really do a correct price strategy, and really play around with your sources of revenue and to understand all that. We also have courses such as managing an outlet. This is, like I said, in the first year. Here you can see a picture of our lovely students in the reception outlet in Amsterdam. So the one with the red tie, the red scarf is a student within the first year, and the one with the blue scarf is a student within their second year. So what you do is before you start your managing an outlet, so when you take care and instruct the students in the first year, we send you 4 days in Belgium, where you have a team building experience to discuss management styles. What kind of manager would you like to be? How would you like your managing style to be? And you get to really play it out within the outlets when you get to work and instruct the first year students and create them and give them feedback. So it really is a fun course within your second year back. And further on, we build on those management skills. We build on to that information that we give you. And as I said, we have a little bit more of we teach you a little bit more business. So you will have true strategy consulting courses, business model innovation, project management, entrepreneurship. We want you to really understand the whole concept and aspects of the business acumen that you can have in order that by the end that you finish hotel school to be able to maybe run your own hotel if that is what you want, but also manage your team wherever industry you might end up in. This is an overview of the courses, like we discussed. So the business transformation, the business inspiration, the personal development aspects are all included in it. And just before you take off, so we've discussed year 1, 2, 3, but just before you take off and finish university, an important part of the 4th year is your minors. So you get a choice of minors or pre-masters just before you go on your last internship. So your choice of minors can be, whether you've decided that you don't want to work in pure hospitality, that's totally fine. You can decide to focus on different subjects. So you have the future of business, which is a minor that talks more about business acumen, about real estate. We have future of food, which is more gastronomy and wine studies oriented. There's the future of work, which is about human resources and culture management and change management, learning and development, and the future of guest journey, which really presents the whole cycle of consumer, when the guest wants to buy your product or service, from the moment they think about it to the moment they experience it, and then go back to repurchasing it. So it's understanding the fundamentals of the guest journey, and yeah, go more in depth in that. So you get your choice of minors, but you can also choose to do a pre-master program if you want. As I've mentioned in the beginning, hotel school is a University of Applied Science. So if you would like to stay within the Netherlands to do a master at a University of Research, you would need to do a pre-masters. In most cases, the master's university offers a course of pre-masters, but also hotel school offers you that as an option now within the 4-year curriculum. So after your minor and your pre-masters, then you have your last internship, which is called your LICAR. So your last internship, it's another 6 months. You don't have to come back to hotel school after your last internship. You can just stay on the job, as we call it. And compared to your first one, which had to be in a hotel, the last one, it doesn't have to. It needs to be just in a company that is hospitality related. So here's where we see that most of our students really branch out in various industries, and they go from working in banks or working in consultancy companies, or either in hotels or to Michelin-star restaurants, or they choose to go to start their own companies and go the entrepreneurship route. I personally did my last internship in a food and beverage concept development company, which is a company that deals with clients that request to open their own restaurants in various cities around the world, but they have no knowledge about it. So the company's role would be to really do market research, do location scouting, develop the concept, everything from the design to the renders to the menu, to even hiring key staff. And so I was in charge of assisting on helping on a few locations to open a food hall in Saudi Arabia, or we opened a restaurant in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, or help open another one in Warsaw. So it was really exciting to learn from the business perspective of how I can put all the skills that I've learned in hotel school in practice. But like I've said, you don't have to return to the university after your internship. You only need to do your final paper, submit your final paper, and defend it. And this is the reason why 96% of our graduates get a job within 6 months after finishing a hotel school, because most of them are offered the jobs. In terms of where our alumni are, funnily enough, we noticed that only 1 out of 3 alumni ends up within hotels, so the pure hospitality, whereas 1 out of 3 ends up actually opening their own business. So they go the entrepreneurship route, whatever that business is, from a small consultancies to F&B outlets, to becoming their own coach, or so on. And then the rest just end up in various companies everywhere, from real estate to fintech companies, to adjacent OTAs and consultancy. So really, hotel school gives them the soft skills and the hard skills to be able to be versatile and to be in whatever they want to be. These are a little bit of our some of our alumni where they've ended up. For example, Anina Pira, she was one of my peers during hotel school. She finished in 2018, and now she's vice president at JLL Hotel and Hospitality Group, which is a real estate company that deals with properties for the hospitality market. That was one of her dreams, to end up there. So with hotel school under her belt, it wasn't that hard to actually make it there and make her dreams come true. In terms of outside of hotel school, a little bit outside of the educational life, what we offer. So we have student councils both in Amsterdam and The Hague. We have extracurricular activities such as sustainability, the sustainability committee, and sustainability hospitality challenge. We have the Extra Mile office. We have the TEDx talks. We have investment clubs, debating society. We have recruitment activities which are available, like becoming student ambassadors, or helping in the organization of open days and all the activities that we do on campus for students and for outside guests. We also have student association, such as year clubs or sororities and fraternities. So you can really get integrated into that, also that after school life, let's say. In terms of investment, how much does Hotelschool The Hague cost? Well, because Hotelschool The Hague is a half private, half public university, we do have lower tuition fees than other hotel schools in Europe. So for European students, or students that are passport holders of a European EU citizenship in the economic European area, so not necessarily EU, because also countries that are Schengen also apply for that. So the first year costs 10,627 euros, respectively for non-EU 24,000, Heintorn 46. But these costs include the tuition in the first year, but also include the housing, because like I said, you are going to be housed on campus for the first year. So these costs also include accommodation for the first year, as well as half board. So you will have breakfast as a first-year student. You will have breakfast for free, included in this price, every day available in the cafeteria, that you can go and enjoy. And additionally, you will have an amount of 80 euros a month on your student card that you can spend around campus, be it for printing papers, or for eating in the cafeteria, or in the cafes or restaurants that we have. And any other additional costs in the first year will be your uniform costs, because as you arrive on campus in the first weeks, you will get tailored for the uniform. So you get a suit, a vest, shirts, trousers, for girls a skirt as well, that you can wear, that you need to wear during your practical education, but they're really high quality, so you can keep them throughout your career. You can keep them for your office attire. Let's say I still have mine, for example, so it's a lifelong investment. And then you also get your knife set, because you will have some practical education within the kitchen outlets as well. So you will have a professional knife set that I think has 7 knives in it, or such. at a really low price that you again can keep throughout your whole career. And then year 2, 3, and 4, the costs are just 3,542 for European students and 13,144 for non-EU passport holders. And these costs can also be paid monthly, so they don't need to be paid a one go. They can be paid in installments. And there's also some, if you go on our website, there are some scholarships available, or for EU students. The Dutch government gives student grants and loans, and you can read all about it on duo.nl. It is the official government website. There's 0% interest, so there's a lot of possibilities depending on your parents' income, or on the fact if you would like to work while you are a resident in the Netherlands. You can access various loans and grants, but you can also ask me about it later, or write me a message, and I can tell you more about it. In terms of the application, you overlook the first 3 ones are about the complicated Dutch system. But in terms of what you need, what we ask as requirements, we only ask you that you pass your baccalaureate. And this is not a Hotelschool The Hague exclusive requirement. This is a Dutch education requirement. We don't really care about your specific grades per subjects or specific subjects. We want you to pass. And then you need a few documents in order to apply to Hotelschool The Hague. So if you want to apply for to start in August 2022 or February, as we said, we have a February intake as well. So either to start in the February intake now or the August intake, you need a copy of your diploma if you have graduated high school, or just a recent final grade if you are due to graduate. You need a motivation letter. So basically a letter where you say who you are, what motivates you, what drives you, why would you like to join Hotelschool The Hague, why would you like to study in the Netherlands, what is your motivation for the industry, what can we teach you, basically. And then your resume, so a standard CV where you put in the languages that you speak, the job experience that you have, the volunteering or extracurricular activities that you do. We really want to get to know you, and whether it is that you babysat your cousins, even that you can write in, because sometimes it does show that you are responsible. And then a recommendation letter. It can be from a teacher, from a mentor, from someone that can vouch for you and tell you more about your character. And it needs to be in English, though. And the last thing that you need is an English certificate. It can be, we accept all of them, so it can be a Cambridge exam, the FC or the CAE, the TOEFL, the IELTS. So you need them. It needs to be no more than 2 years old, and we need them by the time you start your education at Hotelschool The Hague. So you can apply by having the other documents, but this one you can wait a little bit longer for it. You can just hand it in by the time you start hotel school, but you do need it in the end. And with these documents, you open your registration and study link, and then you upload all these documents in Osiris, which is the official platform that Hotelschool The Hague uses. And if the documents are sufficient and accepted, then you will get invited to a selection day. Because this is why I said that you don't need certain grades or certain subjects, because the most important day for us and the most important element in the selection procedure, application and selection for us, is the selection day, online or physical. What does selection day mean, and what does it consist of? So first off, you will have prior to your selection day date or time slot. Let's say you will have 3 online tests. So you'll have an online English test, which is a basic reading and writing test. Then you will have a math or numerical test, which is a pass or fail test, but it's just there to really check that you have a standard mathematical numerical knowledge. We don't necessarily have math focused courses in our curriculum, but we do have financial and revenue courses, which ask you to, deal a little bit with accounts and numbers. So we want to know that you are at least at a standard level for that. And the last one is a knowledge test. The knowledge test is based on an article that we're going to send you prior to your online selection, and it's talks about certain various topics that we teach in school. So with this there, so that we check that you've read it and that you really assimilate the information and you're able to answer some questions during this test. So we have these 3 online elements before. And then you will have your online selection time slot. Let's say you can also do it physically if you would like to fly to Amsterdam or The Hague, or join any of the ones that take part abroad. And your selection procedure consists of a 1-hour time slot with 2 selectors, where you have 3 elements. So you will have a sales pitch. So you have 2-3 minutes to really sell yourself. Tell us why you're the perfect hotel school candidate. Remember, we already have your files, we already have your CV, your motivation letter. So what can you add that to tell us about yourself that adds value? The second element in the selection day is an interview. So with the same 2 selectors, you will discuss, they will ask you about your motivation, they will ask you about your experience, your leadership drive, just to get to know more about you. And then the third element is a role play. So we'll be doing a role play with one of the selectors based on a case study that we send you beforehand. That again is a framework that we use within our courses. You will get it sent via email. So we really want to see if you read about it, if you understand it, and then we'll do a role play based on that. And that is the selection procedure. So you have the 3 online tests and then the selection day slot in itself. And after the selection procedure, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks maximum, you will find out if you've been accepted to hotel school. And if you have, then we'll just wait for you to join us on campus and join the Hotelschool The Hague community. So this is our most important step. And obviously, I can help you further on if you decide to apply and you need help. I can help you prepare for this selection and just tell you a little bit more about it in detail. So just to sum up a little bit about hotel school and what I've talked about, we are the second oldest hotel school university, hotel school, hospitality management school university in the world. And that gives us a worldwide network of alumni, graduates, staff that are, everywhere in the world. We have 2 wonderful campuses, one in The Hague and one in Amsterdam, both offering the same curriculum, an amazing education, which is 100% in English, and it's top ranked, being number 1 in the Netherlands and number 5 in the world. It involves 2 international placements, so 6 months, a 6-month placement after your first year in a 5-star hotel, and a placement at the end, another 6 months placement at the end of your career, which really is more about, just throwing you out there into the world to really start putting in practice all that knowledge that you've gained. And then it is the best price quality ratio university that you can education that you can get within this niched, let's say, hospitality management education. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You have my email here. You can scan this code that is available to book a meeting directly with me. Also, I will be still tomorrow the whole day at the fair at our stand. So feel free to pop up and ask any questions that you have. And afterwards, feel free to connect with us on any of our platforms on social media. Or just attend an open day, or send us an email if you have questions about admissions, or just studying at hotel school or studying in the Netherlands in general. So that was a little bit about it. I'm going to leave this here if people want to write down anything else. And then, And I will be available further on for questions. I don't know if you have questions now that I could answer or receive them, but if not, yeah, I will be available tomorrow the whole day in the time slot designated. Thank you.